Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy, Sports and Fitness Rants? I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today. As usual, man, you guys know the deal on this channel. So about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history, guys. And in this video, I want to talk about something that I'm seeing a lot right now over the last, 6 months, year or so, maybe last couple of years. I've noticed this from a lot of these professional athletes, this, woe is me mentality, this woe is me attitude, this, this need for sympathy, this need for someone to, these guys to always play the victim, feel sorry for us. This is what I'm getting from a lot of these athletes when we see these injuries are happening. And these guys are once again acting as if there's never been injuries in the history of sports. Like all of a sudden, just now, guys are dealing with injuries or guys are getting hurt. Doesn't make any sense. And I want to touch briefly of how we have all sacrificed our bodies. We've all sacrificed our health for sports. That's what sports is, guys. You sacrifice to play sports. We're going to talk about in this video because I don't know what the hell is up with these professional athletes that act as if injuries just became a thing now, or that all of us out here in the world are not risking our same things. And once again, we're not being compensated for this. We're going to talk about briefly in this video. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states been supporting my channel. You guys know I'm truly, truly humbled, man. For real, it means a lot, guys. Shout out to everybody in the membership, everybody that comes to the live streams. Real recognize real. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, excuse me for a second. We're going to talk about something a little bit different today. And like I told you guys, I want to talk about how we have all sacrificed our bodies. We have all sacrificed our health, right? For sports. That's what sports is, guys. It's a sacrifice. It's a risk. You don't know what's going to happen when we play sports. And I told you, I'm hearing and I'm seeing a lot of complaining, a lot of crying, a lot of woe is me mentality. I can't stand the woe is me, the feel bad for me, the sympathy that we need. I can't stand this stuff. Everyone wants someone to feel sorry for them. They want a handout. I don't know what it is. Like I tell you, you can't even critique these professional athletes anymore. You can't criticize them. You can't heckle them. None of this stuff, man. You can't bust their balls, so to speak. These guys have no personalities. They don't have any thick skin. Everyone's so sensitive now. And it's not just mentally, the physical sensitivities, the physical weakness of these guys is on full display out here. Now, with the latest injury to someone like Tyrese Halliburton, right, a star player in the NBA, right, to go down the way that he did, right, just on the heels of Jason Tatum, another star of the NBA, going down the way that he did, right? And we've noticed this happening, guys getting injuries, right? But once again, people are trying to make it seem as if injuries are just starting to happen now. Oh, they never happened 20 years ago. Guys didn't get hurt 10 years ago. They didn't get hurt 15 years. They sure as hell did. Did Kobe Bryant not tear his Achilles? I'm pretty sure Kobe Bryant did the same thing. So we have to think about it. I'm pretty sure Dominic Wilkins, right, ruptured his Achilles tendon in the 90s. And he came back and played. Dominic Wilkins in the 90s ruptured his Achilles and came back and played in top form, guys. This is in the 90s. So once again, when we think about injuries, and no one wants injuries, see, that's the thing. I saw some tweet by this clown, Victor Oladipo, and I call him a clown because his tweet was clownish. No respect for what he talked about in his tweet. And he played the victim, and it woe was me. And we got to figure something out and do something for these athletes. What the hell do you want done? What do you want done? You guys are already compensated to the moon and back. You guys get all this money. So once again, you put yourself out there. That's what it costs to be a professional athlete. I don't understand this idea that these guys have in their mind that they want their cake and eat it too. They want to be professional athletes, but not held to a professional standard. They want to be professional athletes, but not really play the sport it's so weird to me. Right? They're crying about the minutes in the game. They're crying about how many games they have to play, how many back-to-backs, how many 3 games in 4 nights. And once again, the NBA has catered to these soft, sensitive NBA players. Catered to them. They've adapted and adjusted the schedules. Not as many back-to-backs as they played in the 50s, in the 60s, in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, right? They got rid of the 3 games in 4 nights like they did more often than not than they did back in the day. right? All of the luxuries these guys have, private jets and all these, trainers my goodness, guys. Once again, like I always tell you guys, does anyone believe that the guys back in the day had advantages over the guys today? No, it's the other way around. These guys have all the advantages on their side, yet and still, they're injured more often, it seems, or they're load managing more often. They're not as durable. They're not as tough. They're not as, like I said, they're more sensitive than the guys were back in the day. They just can't take as much. There's a scene from Rocky, and you guys have probably seen Rocky Balboa, the last one, Rocky Balboa, right? And there's a scene there where you guys have probably seen, we talk about, he's talking to his son, and he's basically preaching to his son and telling him, giving him some advice about life, right? And at one point he says, it's about how much you can take and keep going forward, right? How much you can take and keep going. That's what life is about. That's what sports is about. That's what dealing with pain and injuries is about. How much can you take and keep pushing forward, right? That's sometimes the difference in an athletic competition. How much can you take versus someone else? Same thing when you exercise and think about fitness, guys. How much can you take? How many reps can you do? How much weight can you do? Can you take your heart racing like that, right? Can you focus and concentrate on your breathing? How much can you take and keep going, right? That's what fitness and health is. That's what a lot of these sports is about. How much can you take? The heckling from the crowd, the pain. You're going to have to deal with pain. These guys think they're going to play professional sport and there's not going to be pain? You're going to be 100%. Who the hell thinks that they're going to be 100% playing a sport? If anyone thinks that you're going to be 100% playing a sport at that level, then you've never played sports before. You never have. And that's why I challenge a lot of these guys. I can tell they did not play competitive sports growing up. Whatever the sport was, they didn't play it. They don't know about competition. They don't know what it means to compete, to give effort. They don't know what it means to be a true teammate, to go out there and have the backs of your other teammates. They don't know this stuff. So they don't hold themselves to a standard. They don't hold their favorite player to a standard. And all I hear now from a lot of these guys is the woe is me. Oh, I can't believe this. And why is this happening to me? Really? Really? So, to all the common people out there that subscribe to my channel, that watch my videos, all of us out there, guys, the basketball fans, right? All of us out here, just regular common folk. Do you guys still play sports? I asked that question out there because these professional athletes act as if they're the only ones playing basketball. The only people playing basketball are professional athletes, apparently, to these guys. They're the only ones. No one else is playing basketball anywhere in any part of the world. No one's playing in the streets. There are people playing right now. Right now, someone's on a basketball court somewhere getting it in, doing whatever they're doing. All right? Risking their life, not their life, but they're risking their health. Right? They're risking themselves. Their bodies, when you play sports, is a risk, guys. You think playing football is not a risk? You think playing rugby is not a risk? You think playing basketball is not a risk? Hockey, it's a risk to play a sport. You're risking your health. People have died playing some of these sports, guys. We have to remember, that's called perspective, my friends. You see what I just did right there? I put things in perspective for people. It's like when we talk about the basketball players crying and moaning about the American fans talking trash to them. Meanwhile, you see these other countries and how they treat soccer players sometimes. They'll kill these people. They'll trample this field. They'll just go nuts. That's what they do in other countries. And these are fans of soccer. But you got NBA players mad because someone said something about their mama? So you're telling me that you'd rather have the people in America stampede the damn basketball court and kill you guys than talk about your mama? Once again, you guys are not putting things in perspective. You're not living in reality. You're not self-aware. All right? So this whole woe is me thing, it don't add up. So like I'm saying to you guys play sports. We play sports, myself included. Every time that I step foot on a basketball court, whatever it is, later today, I'm thinking about going and playing basketball, whether I'm shooting around by myself doing shadow basketball or I'm out there with other people. I'm thinking about going out there later today. Anytime that I step foot on a basketball court, anytime that I step foot to play any athletic endeavor, flag football, whatever it is, guys, you're risking your health. You are. You could tear your knee. You could break your back, break a leg, break a wrist, break a hand, dislocate a shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Break your hip. I mean, you could get serious injury. I remember one time I was playing this league years ago. right? Playing in this basketball league. I had a fast break layup opportunity, right? I got an outlet pass, fast break layup. There's no one really around me. But you had this guy who had to sprint down and give the effort, right? No doubt. And he took my legs out from underneath me when I went in for the layup. So I came down like on my neck almost, on my head. I couldn't break my fall. There was no way. It was one of the most awkward falls I've ever had. But I popped right back up. Nothing happened to me, guys. But I could have died there. I could have broke my neck. Could have dislocated my shoulder. Broke my collarbone the way I landed. It was an awkward landing, guys. I was lucky, but I risked myself playing basketball. We're all risking ourselves, guys. I don't understand how the professional athletes think that they're putting themselves at more of a risk than we are. They're playing basketball in a league, right, that they've accomplished as an accomplishment to make it to the NBA. You're at the highest level of basketball, right? You're celebrated for this stuff. You guys have all these skills. You get compensated. You guys get all this money to play. Like I said, you have all the advantages to keep you in good shape, to keep you healthy. You have all of these things in your favor, but things are going to happen, guys. It's the human body. It's life. And I hate when we're getting to a point now where I see a lot of people saying, oh, I guess this is just part of sports, right? People are going to say, oh, it's just part of sports. Yes, it is. That is part of sports, guys. Once again, Will Chamberlain popped his knee, right, in 1970, blew his knee up, and then came right back in, like, record time. Jerry West, I remember Jerry West tore his knee in the 1971 playoffs, or in the season, wasn't there for the playoffs, Jerry West. So this injury, like I just told you about Dominique Wilkins and the Achilles that he tore in the 90s and then came back, guys. Guys get injured. So let's not make this, false assumption or try to make some kind of weird scenario where only guys are just getting hurt now over the last 5-10 years because they're such great athletes that they're doing all this crazy stuff on the court that they're getting hurt more often, because isn't that contradictory to what we're hearing? These guys are supposed to be bigger, stronger, and faster. Not supposed to be weaker, softer, and more frail, but that's what we seem is going on. Guys can't play 82 games. They're not built for this. They're not. They're just not, guys. I'm telling you guys right now, this is not a lie. People were just tougher back in the day. When you think about something like a pain threshold, you guys have probably heard pain threshold. It's a true thing, guys. It's a true thing, whether you want to believe in it or not. There are some people that can take more than others. You guys, if you've been around people, if you've played sports, then you've seen someone sprain their ankle where maybe you thought, damn, how the hell is this guy on the court? But he's on the court playing still. You guys have probably seen someone take a hard fall like I did. And you're like, damn, how the hell did this guy get up from that fall? I told you guys about the motorcycle accident I got into. I was doing over 80 miles an hour, hit a deer, guys. Head on hit a deer, right? My bike was blown up into a bunch of pieces, man. I was sliding on that asphalt. It seemed like forever, guys. Like forever. And like I said, when I came to, there was nothing wrong with me. I wasn't missing any legs or an arm. Nothing was going on. I felt fine. I stood up. Now, I was black and blue. My whole hip was black. From my hip to my knee was black, guys. It's a big old bruise, man, because I landed basically on my hip, man. But I didn't know if my hip was broken or if I did some damage. And who knows, maybe I did do something internally that I did not realize, something minor that I didn't realize because, I didn't go to the doctor and get checked out because I didn't think I needed a doctor, guys. So I got up and I walked away from the accident on my own power and stuff, man. But there are a lot of people that would have been laying on the ground forever. They would have called the ambulance. They would have needed people to come pick them up. They wouldn't have been able to get up on their own power and walk away, guys. Not everyone's like me. I'm not like everybody else. There are people that are stronger than me, people that I'm stronger than, right? Things are relative. But your toughness, your mental fortitude, your pain threshold, that is different for everybody, guys. There's some people that you've probably noticed, they're never sick. You're like, this guy's never sick. Never. I've talked about some of my health and fitness channel stuff, guys. When you're active, you're living an active lifestyle. You're making smart nutritional choices. I've told people, health and fitness is not just about what you look like in the mirror, man. That's a small part of it, guys. A very small part. But a big part of it is how you feel. And part of how you feel is your immune system, things of that nature. All these things are strengthened through active lifestyle, through smart nutritional choices, guys. So someone like me, for example, and knock on wood, we don't want to jinx ourselves, none of this stuff, because nothing's promised, guys. But I'm rarely sick. I don't get sick like that. I don't go to the doctor. I don't take Advils or Tylenols. None of this stuff. Nothing. All right? Because there's no need for it. And that's how a lot of people live their life, right? They're looking for a shortcut. They're looking for a pill, a powder, something to help them feel better. And in this day and age, you have access to this. So all of us have played sports. Whatever the sport was, you've dealt with pain. You've sacrificed your body to play these sports. No one's compensating us for this. I've told you guys many times, when I go play basketball, I have to come to terms with how I'm going to feel later that day or the next morning. So, for example, Friday, I went to the basketball court last Friday, and I played. We were playing 3-on-3 half court, and I played 4 consecutive games, 3-on-3 half court. All right. Now, I don't like playing half court over full court. I'm a full court guy. I love full court because, to me, I get to utilize my speed and quickness more so on a full court than a half court, which neutralizes, obviously, part of the distance that you're moving around. So for me, I always love full court. I like the running up and down. To me, that's basketball. But I respect half court, and I have fun playing half court too, right? No doubt about. So we playing those 3 games. But as I'm playing these games, I can feel my feet killing me. My toe is burning. Like I said, my ankles are getting a little sore. My back is starting to, flare up a little bit. You feel these pains. All right? I'm 44 years old, guys. So once again, I'm older than just about everybody in the NBA. I don't think there's anyone in the NBA older than me. All right? Right? LeBron James, the oldest guy in the NBA at 40 years old. So at 44 years old, once again, not comparing myself to professional athletes, but I'm still playing a sport. I'm still going out there and giving that effort. I'm still risking a broken ankle, a broken wrist. Like I said, I can get a tear a knee, tear an ACL. At any moment, any one of us could do that. And I ask you guys this. If you're a regular common folk, just like I am, and you tear your Achilles, guys, out playing basketball today, let's say. You go out with your friends after work, you tear your Achilles. What the hell are you going to do? Do you have the millions of dollars like Tyrese Halliburton has, or Jason Tatum has, or Kobe Bryant had, that you have time to recover from this injury? Do you even have insurance to take care of you guys? See, these are the things I'm talking about with these professional athletes, that they're just not self-aware. They don't live in reality. They seem to forget that they have all the advantages. You guys are living in a different world than us. They don't seem to remember where they come from. They don't seem to get that there are everyday regular people out there playing sports, tearing their Achilles, blowing out their knees, only just because they were having fun, because they were out there playing a sport that they love to play. They were having fun with their friends on the weekend. You guys have seen this stuff. Like I said, you could break your leg at any moment. I mean, people die from falling in a freaking shower, guys. What the hell are we talking about here? But you got NBA players upset and playing the victim because they tore their Achilles or tore their knee or had a serious injury in their careers. And now they want to be like, this is not fair. This is not right. What are we doing? We have to help the athletes. We have to protect them. Protect them from what? There's nothing to do. This is a sport. You're putting your body through a grind. I mean, think about how you move when you play a sport. Think about football. Are you telling me that guys are not putting themselves on the line? We all know about CTE. We've seen some of this stuff. You've seen guys die on the football field. They've died on the field, guys. Guys have been paralyzed on the field. So you're putting your body at risk, your health at risk. But why are you doing it? Because you love the damn sport, man. Like I told you guys, I have to come to terms with the way that I'm going to feel, but I'm okay with that because I love to play basketball. So I'm going to deal with the pain. I'm going to deal with the discomfort. I'm going to have to ice my feet, ice my ankles. I'm going to have to do these things. And that's okay because I want to live that lifestyle. I want to get out there and play. Because once again, if I stop playing, if I stop moving, then all of a sudden I'm not going to have that option anymore. I mean, think about, man, how sometimes we take things for granted, guys. Sometimes I get up in the morning. Well, often, every day, I get up in the morning and I plan to exercise, right? But that's something I take for granted, right? That we don't even realize. Just the ability to work out, to exercise. A lot of people don't even have that ability. I told you, just for us to get up in the morning, a lot of people don't get up in the morning, guys. Just the ability for you to put your feet down on that ground. There are a lot of people that can't walk. They're never going to know that feeling, guys, ever again. The fact that you can see. I've been able to see my kids play sports. I can see my boy. I can see my girl out there do a thing. That's a blessing, man. Some people can't even see their kids do this. They can't see it. We're playing these sports and we're not getting money for this. You get hurt, guys, who's going to work for you? Are you going to be covered? Do you have insurance? Michael Jordan opened up, I believe, his 3rd hospital in North Carolina for people who don't have insurance. for people who can't get that kind of attention, that kind of care, that kind of treatment, that kind of help. Do NBA players have to worry about insurance? Are they worried about these kinds of things? No, they're not. And once again, I'm not saying that it's okay to have injury. We wish injuries never happened. I wish these things never happened. Who wants to see Tyrese Halliburton go down the finals in a Game 7? I don't want to see that. I want to see him go out there and earn it. I want to see them beat him with him on the court. Right? That takes away from the competition. Nobody wants injuries to happen, guys. There's no fan out there, no true fan out there that likes to see guys get hurt. No one wants to see anyone get hurt. Like I said, it's not personal with these guys. If I don't respect it, that's one thing. But I don't want to see LeBron James get hurt. I don't want to see James Harden get hurt. I don't like these guys, Kevin Durant. I don't give a damn. I don't want to see them get hurt. No one wants that stuff on these guys. I wish we could all play sports and never have injuries. There are a lot of people that couldn't make it to a league because of an injury, guys. So what about their story? Is anybody playing woe is me for them? There are a lot of guys that are not in a professional league right now, whatever the sport is, because of an injury that they sustained maybe in college, maybe in high school. And they never played again, guys. But you got professional athletes moaning and complaining, playing the victim because they got hurt playing a game in a sport that they're supposed to love. That you risk, you take a chance. Every day in our lives, we're putting ourselves at risk. You step into your car, guys, you sit in your car and you drive to work, you're at risk. You're literally at risk. Everything in life, guys, you're putting yourself at risk. That's the way life is, guys. What's that saying? There's 1,000,001 ways to die? That's true, guys. We don't even take care of ourselves. People are not making smart nutritional choices. They're not living an active lifestyle, and they're just wasting away. Right? Sitting is the new smoking. You guys have probably heard that from years back. But we're sitting ourselves to death. People are just so damn lazy. So when we think about these professional athletes, guys, I say again, do you not play sports? Do you not put yourself at risk? We all feel bad for the guys that get hurt. We don't want to see these guys get hurt. But for them to try to flip it into some weird scenario where, oh, I'm a victim here. Oh, everyone should be feeling bad for me. We got to do something about the sport. There's nothing wrong with the sport. You guys are just not tough. You're not durable. Your bodies are not built like that. And I gave you guys a story and a scenario. And I'll try to help you guys understand this, educate you guys. Think about when you were a kid versus when your parents were children, what they had to do as kids. Think about it. You know, we used to laugh and joke about the uphill both ways story, right? Oh, my father had to walk to school uphill both ways, right? We used to always laugh about, but that is a reality, guys. Life was harsher back then. When they were kids, when we were kids even, we had things like monkey bars, right? You played in a giant sandbox, or you had these, I remember they had these big metal swings. They were like these steel box swings. They could kill somebody, man. The monkey bars were dangerous, man. Like I said, we talked about playing dodgeball as kids. We used to climb trees. You're putting yourself at risk. You're telling me climbing a tree is not dangerous? Hell yeah, it is. So what do you get? You get parents that will never let their kids climb trees because it's dangerous. So they say, hey, don't do that. Hey, Jimmy, don't do that. Hey, don't do that. Hey, John, get down from there. Why? Let the kids do what they do. That's the problem in society now. You're not letting kids be kids. You're not letting them strengthen their bones, their tendons, their ligaments, use their muscles from that young of an age. You think it's easy to climb a tree? It's not easy to climb a tree. But if you're doing that at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, all of a sudden you're using muscles and you're doing things that you would have never done otherwise. Grown-ups don't climb trees anymore, right? Do you climb a tree? When's the last time you climbed a damn tree? When I was a kid, we did it all the time, guys. Kids don't do that now. So the other day, not the other day, but like maybe some months back, and listen, my son's wild, man. He's like me. That's why I laugh a lot of times. And my wife gets upset because he's out there, man. He's a hyped up kid. This dude he's got the energy. That's why we put him in the sports, man. Because this kid is out of control. He's always climbing something. He's always running somewhere. He's hyped. I love it about him, man. Like I said, he's got a lot of life, the kid, man. And I love the energy, man. He's like me. He's hyped up. So I always try to tell my wife, take it easy. But anyway, we were at my daughter's soccer game like a month or so ago. Right? And we're at this field. And there was this really high fence, man. I mean, this fence was probably 20 feet high, let's say. And we're watching a soccer game. You know, my son's running around with some other kids. And I'm watching a soccer game. And all of a sudden, I hear my wife, you know, oh, my God, babe. And I look over, and my son's all the way at the top of this damn fence, like 20 feet in the air. My son's 7 years old. He's up in the air at 20. And he's almost to the point where he doesn't know if he should keep going to climb over it or he should try to come back down. He's in like no man's land. And I'm just sitting there, and my wife's freaking out, man. And I'm like, he's all right. He's okay. And she's like, babe, if he falls from there, he could die. He could get jacked up, man. This high up. But I told her, listen, if he's going to get hurt, he's going to get hurt. He has to get hurt. Sometimes kids have to get hurt. They need to break a bone or get hurt. This part of life, scraping your knee, your elbows, all this stuff, guys. You got to let your kids go out there and do this stuff, man. You got to let them experiment with themselves, test their limits, test their physical abilities, man, and use their physical, gifts. Use their muscles, their bones, their hands, all this stuff. Let them go run. Let them fall down. Don't pick them up. Let them pick themselves up. So I told my wife, man, let him do his thing. Don't freak out about it. And my son climbed over on the other side and climbed back down, man. No problems. All right? But I told my wife, we have to let him do these things and let him take that risk. I got to let him do this. My parents let me do that. Like I said, sometimes my mom didn't want to do these things, but we did it anyway, man. You guys let kids do this stuff, man. All right? So we think about playing sports. We think about getting injuries. All this stuff, man. Sports is a risk, guys. It's a risk for the common folk out there, the everyday people like me and you, and it's a risk for the professional athletes. The difference being the professional athletes at least are being compensated for that risk. Just in case they get injured. They have things going for them. If Tyrese Halliburton never played another game of basketball, that would be sad. Absolutely. That's terrible. No one wants this. No fan wants that. But he would not be, would he be homeless, guys? Would he be having to go find another job? Would he be going to have to try to figure out how to get insurance and take care of his injury or his family? No, he's going to be okay. And that's the thing a lot of these guys seem to forget about. The everyday common folk don't have that, crush to lean on. Like I said, if you go out and play basketball today and you hurt your knee, you tear your knee up right now, what are you going to do? You're going to have to go to work dealing with that knee injury if you ain't got insurance to fix it. And even if you could fix it and get the surgery done, you need weeks of rehab. Who can do this? A lot of people don't get paid if they don't go to work. And a lot of people who have to work manual labor jobs, how are you going to work that job with a torn knee? How are you going to work that job with a torn Achilles? Like I said, now you have no way to support yourself and nothing to fall back on. Tyrese Halliburton could go do broadcasting. He can go get a job at ESPN. Everyone get a job at ESPN now. He's going to be okay. Like I said, that doesn't mean him having the injury makes it okay. But once again, you can't play the victim here, dude. Sports is a risk, guys. Life is a risk. We enjoy playing sports. That's what makes sports so great. Because like I said, not everybody can do it, guys. Not everybody could go out there and play basketball. I was just playing basketball, like I said, on Friday. I was the oldest guy on the court. The oldest guy on the court, guys. The other oldest person was 33. And everybody was like, oh, how old are you? How old are you? They were asking each other's age, right? And I wasn't going to say anything. And then when the guy was like, oh, I'm 33. And he looked around and goes, I guess I'm the oldest guy out here. And I said, well, I'm 44. And they all looked at me like they couldn't believe that I was 44 years old and I could move and play basketball that way. They couldn't believe these kinds of things, guys. So once again, we're all going out there, giving the effort, sacrificing ourselves for a game that we love to play, that we enjoy to play, all right? So the risk is the same. We're all taking the risk, like I said. But if you get hurt, who's going to help you out? These professional athletes, injuries have always happened. Guys have been getting hurt. And like I said, back in them days, if you got hurt, there was no coming back from this. You were not going to have these fancy surgeries now. Well, all the advancements in medicine and technology that they have now, these guys are in a better place. Do you think that Dominique Wilkins' Achilles injury was like think about it now. Like Tyrese Halliburton, Jason Tatum, these guys with the Achilles injury, which is a very bad injury to get, guys. This is a severe injury. Kevin Durant, we remember all this stuff. But the advancements in the technology, the advancements in the procedures, medicine, all of this stuff is helping these guys. They have the advantage over Dominique Wilkins. The same thing with the knee surgeries. These guys getting the knee surgeries. You guys remember a microfracture knee surgery was destroying NBA players. These guys weren't coming back from that stuff. Like I think that might have been when Anthony Hardaway got microfracture surgery. I'm not sure. But it was bad stuff, guys. Bad stuff. They don't do that kind of stuff anymore. It's different. So remember Kobe Bryant went to Germany, I believe, to get that special knee procedure that they weren't doing in the United States. All right? So we have to understand, guys, sports is a risk, man. I don't get these guys complaining. You give me $100 million right now, and I will go out there and risk it all on a basketball court because I'm doing it for free anyway. You see what I'm saying, guys? So once again, I feel bad for the NBA players that get hurt. No one wants these guys to get hurt. But stop playing the victim, guys. All right? We all sacrifice our bodies. We sacrifice our health for sports because we love to play sports. It's who we are. It's what we do. And there's nothing wrong with putting yourself out there and then risking it. But we all are doing that. Like I said, any minute, any day, guys, you could get hurt playing a sport. Easily. And like I said, you're not going to be a millionaire. You're not a professional athlete. You don't have all that stuff. Like I said, you might be the main income winner in your family. And now you went out there and broke your leg playing flag football. Now you're laid up in the bed. Now what's going to happen? It's going to happen. Or are there going to be a billion people tweeting out to you? Or are there going to be a bunch of people supporting you? You guys know what to do. These are the facts, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.